We are finally having a chance to check the Hampden. So this video treated more of a, I would say, freestyle opinion sharing, because in the review I will try to tell you more about the stuff, but here I would like to highlight the most interesting features about this, and also maybe to highlight also what might be also the space for the improvement, if we can put it this way. So first of all, you can see that I have here the kit and also these paints. We will talk about the paints a bit later. Let me first start with the kit. It's a new tooled kit in 148 scale, as you can notice here. So that's why it is very interesting for modelers who would like to replicate this unusual bomber. And I'm saying unusual because I will also probably mention it in the video review for sure. But if you look at the, let's say, side profile or the silhouette of this aircraft, you can notice that it's kind of different from what we are used to see when we are talking about the aircraft. But as you can see, we even have the first production aircraft copied here, which is quite cool. And we also have all of the aircraft, all of the three other marking options. They're coming from 1939. I think this yellow bellied version might be actually fun to copy, but this will require also some of the masking to be done, so be ready for this. And also, what surprised me here is the parts count. As you can see, we have 350 parts, which might sound a lot, but actually it's not that huge amount, and I think it should be fine for 148 scale bomber. And also here you can note that it includes the various bomb types for the bomb bay. So you can open the bomb bay, you can show what is inside, so this is really great. And of course, we have the wingspan. Note that the dimensions will be quite large, so be ready for this. And this is definitely not a small build. And by any means, if you are not able to house it on your shelf, then think twice, and maybe you will have some ideas how to fit it. But this is definitely something to consider. And as usual, there will be the advice to have the special spar in between the fuselage and wings, because otherwise you might end up with a really weak connection between these plastic parts. Another option is to use the epoxy glue, but this is already something what requires some experience with such type of the glue, so definitely think again what will be the best approach for you. So now let's also talk about the paints. This is something, well, I did not use this particular paint set, but I keep saying this in every ICM review, that they have the special paint sets which are focused directly on the kit which is released. And this is very handy because, as you can see, we have all of the necessary colors here. This one also includes the satin varnish, which might be useful for the surface on the aircraft, so definitely a good thing. And also here we have the marking guide provided, but well, you have it also in the assembly manual, so I don't think it will be a very useful thing unless you're using it with something else. And here you can see that there are 6 paints, each is 12 milliliters, so this is really great. And I think the price is quite reasonable because you get all of the necessary shades in one package. Now to the plastic part. So first of all, we have the bombs. And as I said, bombs are a welcome addition to such kit. And you can notice that the quality here is really good. So I can see that some parts will not be used for sure because they are not suitable for this aircraft, but still they will be handy for some future builds. You can leave them as a spare parts. As you can see, the design overall is rather typical for such item from ICM in 148 scale. It means 2 hulls glued together. We have also the tail surfaces molded separately in some cases, but I think it's doable. I mean, you can assemble a really nice thing and it won't require a really huge investment of your time. So definitely a useful item in case you plan to open the bomb bay on your aircraft. So I was trying to take the next plastic sprue because this one is the fuselage parts. And well, first thing to show you, I will try to focus the camera. You can see that here we have quite generous rivets and the panel lines. So these are really great to have in this scale. By the way, here you can see 2 types of the bomb bay doors. Obviously this one is the closed one and this one is the open. So definitely a welcome feature in such aircraft. Also here is the instrument panel. And I can bet that we will see some aftermarket PE for this kit because it just begs for even more features. And I'm saying this because if you flip over this fuselage parts and you take a closer look, so here you can see we have really developed interior, but it can be, I would say, enhanced a bit more because you can add some fine features with PE parts, which are obviously not possible to copy with the plastic, so that's why they are not included here. And as usual, we have the guiding elements. I'm trying to find you one example. For example, here we have the guiding pin, and also here we have the guiding slot. So all of this stuff will require some really careful alignment, but I think those pins will be actually useful in order to align everything perfectly. So definitely a good thing to have, and I think the overall design looks as clever as the previous bombers from ICM, so here I don't have any issues. What I would recommend in case you plan to do out-of-the-box build is actually to check how the interior can be detailed. There are some books which will advise you. I think even Valiant Wings should have something, so definitely check it. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest, but definitely try their website and you'll see. Next, I'm trying to pick another plastic sprue. So here it is. This is something what I keep saying why ICM is quite nice pick. It's because we have the two engines included. So obviously those all are the parts for one engine on one side. And as you can see on the finished model, they should be quite visible. So even if you don't plan to open the coding, they will be noticeable. And that's why I'm saying it's a good thing to have in 1/48 scale. And also, again, it's something what aftermarket producers will probably target. Note that the frontal section of the cowling is actually molded as a single piece part. You don't have any seams or gaps, but you might have some fun time with attachment points. So try to carefully separate them and then you'll be good to go. And also the landing gear wheels, well, they are looking okay. They don't have any weight replication, so in case you load the aircraft with the bombs, it would be strange that the wheels are still straight, but of course this is something you can fix or arrange with the resin aftermarket or 3D printed aftermarket. Also, this one-piece main landing gear leg looks quite interesting, but the question is how it will be with assembly with those wheels, but I think it still looks good. And overall molding quality is quite decent, so here I don't have anything to complain about, so it's just a matter of getting all of these items together. And I think again this clever design comes in help, so we have a lot of guiding pins, we have a lot of alignment tabs, so these things will definitely come in handy, and you shouldn't be worried that there will be some discrepancies. And I think this is even more important because of this design of the tail planes. Here it's done in a quite interesting way, and what I will not show now, but I can tell you is the wings. So each wing is molded without the wing mechanization, and this is really great in 1/48 scale, especially if you have some build ideas. But overall, this kit looks like a decent offer. Price, from what I saw, you can get it around 70 euros, which is, I would say, something what you would expect from the bomber in 1/48 scale. But of course, feel free to write your opinion, and I will try to make more live videos like this one about the fresh kits, because I think it might be also interesting to discuss it together with you, maybe some builds. So stay tuned. And of course, thank you for joining me in such a late time. It was also cool to check it together with you. So stay tuned for the full video. It will be tomorrow or day after tomorrow. And thank you and bye.